At 2:47 local time, 4 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers pushed into Iranian airspace from 3 different vectors. Their mission? Destroy ballistic missile storage sites buried deep inside underground cave networks. Hitting these targets requires incredibly brutal mathematics. The bomber crews have to calculate bearing, speed, time, and wind direction to find the exact point in space needed to drop a 2,000-pound penetrator bomb down a narrow vertical shaft. As the bombers close in on the Tabriz North Missile Base hidden beneath these rugged mountains, the mission commanders lock in. The timeline shows exactly 12 minutes to weapon release. Stealth technology buys a highly constrained window of time. It shrinks the distance at which enemy sensors can detect an aircraft, creating a narrow opportunity that is rapidly closing. Right in the middle of their bomb run calculations, the radios squawk. 2 Iranian MiG-29 fighters have scrambled out of Tabriz Air Base, sitting barely 15 miles from the missile complex. Iranian ground radar cannot see the B-2, but the MiG-29s carry an infrared search and track, or IRST, sensor. IRST scans the sky for heat signatures instead of using radar waves. 4 jet engines pushing a 150-ton bomber through thin air generate a massive thermal profile. This diagram shows the B-2 in blue, surrounded by a pulsing 30-mile red zone. If those MiGs cross into that 30-mile radius, their thermal sensors will pick up the bomber's exact location. To prevent that, the coalition relies on an escort. 2 Allied F-22 Raptors turn toward the contacts, locking onto both MiGs from 60 miles out. The Iranian pilots instantly see the launch warning light up their dashboards, and they immediately dive into the mountain canyons. They are using the physical terrain to break the F-22's radar locks. This forces a high-speed cat-and-mouse game through the valleys. The F-22s fire, but their missiles end up hitting granite mountainsides because the MiGs are using the physical geometry of the ravines to evade clean shots. Instead of maintaining a steady lock, the Raptor pilots have to hunt for brief infrared blooms, flashes of heat that appear every time a MiG's engines briefly push above the ridgeline. The F-22s succeed simply by keeping the MiGs distracted and trapped in those valleys. As long as they remain outside that 30-mile thermal detection radius, the B-2s can reach their drop zone. Back in the silent cockpit of the B-2, the mission commander announces the 90-second warning to weapon release. The fighters are still clashing below, but the bomber crew has to focus entirely on the drop. The B-2 normally has a tiny radar signature, but when the bomb bay doors open, that signature glows into a massive red sphere, multiplying visibility by 100. For 10 seconds, the bomber is exposed. If a MiG points its sensor up, stealth is gone. The crew releases the penetrator bombs. The moment they clear the racks, the bay doors snap shut, instantly shrinking the radar cross-section. Reaching terminal velocity, the heavy penetrator bombs drop from the night sky and brutally slam into the eastern tunnel entrances. The reinforced concrete folds inward, sending cascades of rock down the mountain face and permanently sealing the underground missile cave. Stealth is a temporary state. Mission survival depends on how ruthlessly a crew can manage these brief, terrifying windows of exposure. Tonight, 600 miles south near Isfahan, a second B-2 flies into a crisis that stealth alone cannot solve. An Iranian SA-65 phased array radar, a domestic mobile surface-to-air tracking system, locks directly onto the bomber. The coalition responds instantly. An escorting EA-18G Growler, a specialized electronic warfare aircraft, floods the tracking frequency with radiated power, turning the enemy radar display into useless electronic noise to delay a missile launch. Then comes the lethal counterpunch. The Growler fires an AGM-88G harm. Even if the Iranian operators turn off their radar, the missile's internal memory uses GPS to hit the exact coordinates where the signal originated. While the harm is in the air, a massive complication emerges. Israeli F-35 fighters unexpectedly cross into the exact same airspace to hunt down a convoy of mobile Shahab 3s. The Shahab 3 is a medium-range ballistic missile capable of striking targets hundreds of miles away. This creates a deadly traffic jam. 3 distinct sets of stealth aircraft are now converging on the same patch of sky. Because they are designed to be invisible to radar, they literally cannot see each other on their standard displays. To prevent a mid-air collision while moving at 8 miles a minute, the B-2 mission commander manually reprograms all 16 of his GPS bomb coordinates on the fly, shifting the entire drop zone 3 miles north to ensure lateral separation. When physical stealth and pre-planned choreography break down, the operation is saved by interconnected data sharing across the coalition and rapid human adaptability. Further down the corridor near Corgo, a third B-2 bomber approaches a cave complex that is actively firing ballistic missiles. Instead of dropping immediately, the mission commander counts the rhythm of the enemy's automated missile loaders, using their own firing schedule against them. Perfectly timing the drop, the bombs plunge through the ceiling hatches exactly between firing cycles, detonating inside the empty chambers. The blasts crush the loading rails, permanently silencing the underground facility and clearing the bombers to turn west for home. The success of this operation relies on the synchronized application of intelligence, geometry, and overwhelming force. Invisibility creates the opening, but precision finishes the fight.